Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Brittany and I like to read. If you are not subscribed, you should definitely do so and hit the little bell button next to it. That way you are notified when I do post, because why would you want to miss any of my videos? Today we're going to be doing a pretty big book haul and I'm excited because I've been waiting to put these books on my shelves. These are not all books that I purchased in like 1 to 2 days, I promise. A lot of these were either pre-orders, Christmas gifts, books that got sent to my old house in Florida that I had to wait for them to get to me. Some of them I was impulsive and not financially responsible and I bought, but that's okay. I was trying to put this video off as long as possible because I've been waiting on these 2 books that I've actually been so excited for, and I really wanted them for this video, but last time I checked, they're not coming until the end of the month and I didn't want to keep putting this video back more than I already have. So I'm just going to quickly insert pictures of those ones. I still want to include them in this video. And it is the Lilac Libraries Fourth Wing and Iron Flame Special Edition. They're so pretty, but I really wish I had them. I don't even think I'm going to have them until after Onyx Storm comes out. So that's kind of disappointing, but that's okay. I understand things happen, so they're beautiful and I'm waiting on those, so we're going to include that in this haul. I have a lot to go through, so I'm not going to sit here and give the full synopsis of each one. I'll probably give a brief synopsis if I can, or just let you know why I bought it or something. We're just going to try to get through these as fast as we can. We're just going to start. So the first book I do have is As Good as Dead. This is the 3rd book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Noli! This one sounds really interesting because it is talking about how Pip discovers a connection between her new stalker and a local serial killer, and she finds herself in the center of another case. I do like these books. I like the way they're written. I feel like the pacing on them is really good. I will say the second book I didn't love as much as I thought I would. So I'm really hoping that I'm gonna like the 3rd book, but honestly these are just fun, easy thrillers to kind of get through when I need a palate cleanser. So then I got the next book in the Gilded City series, which is House of War and Bone. The first one is House of Ash and Shadow. I actually really liked that book, and with the way it ended, I am so excited to keep reading. Yeah, a lot of these I love to check Book Outlet often, so whenever I see books on there that are books that I've been wanting to read and they're $5 or $6, I'll normally just do a big order, because why not? So this was one of the books, and so was As Good as Dead. This is the book that, I don't know if you remember me ever talking about this one, but she has this disease where, I don't think disease is the right word. Anyways, she can't be touched, or it causes her excruciating pain, and then she meets someone who can touch her. But it's so good, and they're kind of they're Fay, and she goes to this academy and she ends up being from this very powerful dark magic bloodline, and they think that she's gonna turn evil and everything. And that was a very bad description, but I haven't read this book in a while, so I don't remember all the minuscule details, but I thought it was really good, so I'm really excited to read the next book. Continuing with Fae and Fairies, I do have The Queen of Nothing. I love The Cruel Prince so much, and I'm so excited to read this one. I really like The Cruel Prince. I don't know why, but that book I just love so much. This next one I'm so excited for. I read this book and I was trying to buy a physical copy to have a little trophy because I really liked it. And I was just looking on Pango because why not? And I found this edition for honestly a decent price for a resale. And it's so pretty. Honestly, I enjoyed this book. I thought it was hilarious. It's a dark romance, but it's so unserious. I was laughing half of the time because Josh is just hilarious. And if you don't know what this book is about, it's about this girl who follows this masked man on a social media platform, kind of like TikTok, and he makes thirst traps. Long story short, he finds out that she is interested in this, and he breaks into her house and films a thirst trap in her house. and yada yada. They end up, you know, hooking up and everything, but like it's just, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It's just so unserious that like I was laughing the whole time, but like in the best possible way. But it was also like just so good. I actually haven't opened this one yet. I got it for Christmas. I should probably open it now. Hold on. So this is just a collection of works of Edgar Allan Poe. I just thought it was so pretty, but yeah, it's just like different. I just thought that this would be like fun to read in between things. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I just thought it was really cute and I wanted to read like more of his work. So this was a book I pre-ordered on Amazon a long time ago, and then this was one that ended up going back to my old house in Florida, and I had to wait for my mom to bring it to me. But it is A Study in Drowning, and this is the one that has like the book sprayed edges. Oh my gosh, I ripped it. Oh no. Oops, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I don't actually think I know much about this one. I believe this is like a historical kind of fantasy, but also like a gothic fantasy. It's about Effie. She's in college. She's always believed in fairy tales. And then we have Preston, who is a scholar from the literature college. He believes that her favorite author is a fraud, and she's trying to prove him wrong. So yeah. Okay, I haven't read the second book in the series yet, but same thing. It was on Book Outlet for like $5, so they were having like a really good sale. So I was just trying to like get books that are like part of a series that I currently own that I know I want to read. So I got A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. I loved the first book, and the second book is on my 2025 TBR, so it just made sense to get the third one because I just think I'm gonna like it. This is part of the Kane Brothers series, and I think this one is about Breaker, Kane, and Leah. I don't think we've met her yet, unless we have. I really don't remember. But if we did meet her in the first one, I don't remember her. So sorry, I'm like really not trying to sit there and go into too much detail about what these are about. Like I said, we'll be here all day if I do. These next two I'm so excited for because I ate up The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I think the ending of that book and like the betrayal and everything had me gagged. I am so excited to keep reading, and I know I could have kept reading it on the Kindle, but I loved that book so much that like I knew I wanted to own the whole series. So I did get more of them. So I got the novella Six Scorch Roses. I believe I read this before the second book, which I also got, Ashes in the Starkers King. So excited. I think I read this one before. I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I read this one before the second one. I remember hearing that this novella is really, really good. I feel like some novellas are like, okay, that was pointless, and then other novellas are like, oh my god, I need more. And I heard that this was like, oh my god, I need more. This next one's a little random. I don't know why I got this one. I think I was like looking up something on Reddit or something one day, and somebody recommended this book, and then I saw it was like $4 on Amazon, and I was like, sure. But it is Persuasion by Jane Austen, and I don't even know what it's about. Yeah, I don't even know what it's about because there's nothing on the back or on the inside. All I know is like it's very small writing. I don't know. I don't know why I got this one, to be honest. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Another one I got for Christmas. I still haven't opened this one as well. This is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. I've been wanting to read this. I heard it was really good. And any book that's like in an edition like this, I just think is so pretty. Like even if I don't end up liking it, I just think it's so like pretty on a shelf. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Definitely will read this really fast because the fonting and the spacing and everything is beautiful. I don't know much about this one. I just know it's obviously about an inventor who invents like a time machine. And I believe it just kind of explores like social class and like evolution and just like the concept of time. So it just, I don't know, it sounded so interesting. Up next, I do have Bloodguard by C.C. Robson. I hope I said that right. Again, this is another one that I pre-ordered a long time ago that I was just waiting on. I thought this was really interesting because it's more of like a gladiator type like fantasy book, and I've not read, I don't think, like any gladiator style book, so I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. And the inside's really cool too. I remember seeing somebody on TikTok in last year say that they think in 2025 is gonna be like the year of gladiator books, like how last year it was like, I feel like Fae and Dragons were very, very popular, and they say that like this year they think it's gonna be like gladiator books, and I was like, that would be kind of cool. Like I'd be down for that. So hopefully I like this. I feel like I haven't really heard much about it since it came out, to be honest. Leith of Grey thought coming to this new land and volunteering to fight in the gladiator arena would give him enough gold to save his dying sister. However, he was wrong, and they took everything, his hope, freedom, and humanity. Then he meets Maeve, a royal who is everything he despises, until the princess offers him the one thing he needs most, a chance to win the title of Bloodguard and his freedom. I just think, I don't know, it sounds really good, so I'm excited. I think I've said I'm excited about all of these. Like, obviously, girl, you're excited, you bought the books, like. These next two came in, like, boxes. I don't know what they're called, but they're like, you know, the boxes where like the book slides in. I don't know what they're called, but I genuinely think the covers, the dust jackets and everything were so much prettier, so I put those somewhere and I have no idea where they are. So I have My Dark Romeo and My Dark Desire. The edges are beautiful. And then the actual inside of them too, like the actual covers, are just as beautiful. And then this is the inside. I don't know really anything about these. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I pre-ordered these ones based on the covers and like how they looked. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm really not. I think because I'm so easy to please, 90% of the time I end up loving a book, even if it's like very basic or anything. I don't really like stress too much about what it's. Why do I keep having hair on my face? I don't really stress if I'm gonna like it or not before I order it, because like 90% of the time I'm gonna love it. Very rarely are there books that like I hate, and even then I'm like, whatever, if I don't like it, it's very beautiful, so it's fine. And then the inside is like, oh, this is like a Marriage of Inconvenience, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet type retelling. It says it was supposed to be a harmless kiss at the ball with this handsome stranger. However, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, his rival's betrothed. To me, he's a man deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry, and he thinks I'll accept my fate. In my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. I don't know, it sounds good to me. And then we have My Dark Desire, which is the second one. I think maybe this is like a Cinderella Prince Charming type thing, because it says, I may be Cinderella, but Zachary is not my Prince Charming. Sneak into the most heavily guarded manor. America's most unattainable bachelor caught me, and he decided to keep me as the help. I don't know, they just sounded good. These next two, I was so excited to finally get them in the mail. I pre-ordered these a while ago, and they're so beautiful. And it is the Book of Azrael and the Throne of Broken Gods. Oh my gosh. These are the Moonlight book box special editions. They're so pretty. Oh, this is the back of the first one. Oh shit, what was that? Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, so we got some little art there. Second one. I'm sorry, but this one so gives me like Taryn vibes. Sorry. I've really been wanting to read these books. They've been on my TBR, so when I saw that they were doing like a special edition, I was like, I'm actually the worst, because the thing is, my logic is like, if I see that somebody's doing a special edition of a book that I have already been wanting to buy or wanting to read, if it's a good price, I'll just pay a little more and get the special edition. If it's a good price, don't get me wrong, because like some of them are a little out of my price range, and I'm like, it's okay, I don't need it, or like sometimes I don't like how they look. But like that one I thought was really pretty, and it's a book I've been wanting to read, so I was like, you know what, like let me just get it. These are part of the Gods and Monsters series by Amber V. Nicole. I would probably look these up on Goodreads or something, because me trying to explain them is going to be not that great, because this is one of those books that's kind of got like this world of creatures and monsters and I think like angels and stuff, so I'm not going to do it justice explaining this, so I would look these up. But I heard they're really good, and I'm very excited to read them. Listen, I know I said that I was barely going to explain these books, but I feel like I'm doing a terrible job with even giving like one-liners, and I'm genuinely so sorry. It's just like, if I haven't read the book, it's hard for me to like formulate a whole synopsis sometimes based on the like synopsis that's on the back of the book, because sometimes it'll be like if you look up a book on Goodreads, sometimes it'll be like a whole paragraph about the author and how they're a New York best-time seller who loves to hang out with the dog, and then it'll be like 2 sentences about the book, and then I'm like, so what is it about? So then like I don't want to sit there and try to give you guys a full synopsis when I haven't even read the book, you know, so I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Up next, we do have The 5-Star Weekend. I've been really wanting to read her books. I heard they're really good. I believe one of her books is a show right now on Netflix, and I started it and I liked it, and then I stopped it because I was like, wait, I want to read the book first. So I haven't read the book yet, but I ended up seeing this one on Book Outlet. Same thing. I was like, I've been wanting to read one of her books, so like let me just give this one a shot. This is about Hollis. She's a food blogger and she's married to a surgeon, and they end up getting in a fight and he gets killed in a car accident. And then it says that a woman summons together her best friends, one from each phase of her life, and she hosts like her own 5-star weekend with like those friends. I don't know, it sounds really interesting to me. So yeah, I guess she ends up meeting her first love. It just sounds like there's like a lot that's gonna be going on in this book, so I guess it's like just a story about like friendship and love, and it just sounded good, okay? Up next, by Olivia Blake, we do have Masters of Death. I have 3 of her books so far, and I have yet to read any of them. I don't know why, because I'm literally so intrigued by like her books. I hear such good things about it, but for some reason I just haven't reached for them yet, but I just keep getting more. I don't know why. But this follows Viola, who's a real estate agent and a vampire, and the house that she needs to sell is haunted. And then we have Fox, who is a medium, and it says that he's a fraud and he's actually the godson of death. Like, I don't know if this is like a romance or if it's like I don't really know. I don't know what like genre this falls under. I think that's why I haven't read any of her books yet, because I can't like figure out what genre her books kind of actually fall under. This is another book that I got as a Christmas gift, so I'm looking it up because I don't actually know like what the genre is. Okay, fantasy fiction, romantic fiction, horror fiction. So moving on, we have Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I bought this book solely based on somebody's reading vlog. I'm so mad that I can't remember who right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. This was like a month ago and I truly don't remember because I just suck. But somebody was reading this in a reading vlog and they were talking about how a lot of people don't like this book, but they loved this book and it reminded them kind of like Coraline or something like in that style. And then I saw like the cover with the 2 houses and I was just so intrigued, and I heard V. Schwab, like all of her books are so good, so I just feel like I'm gonna like her and I feel like I'm gonna like this book. So it's about a 14-year-old, her name's Olivia, and she sees like ghosts. It's off to a good start. And she ends up receiving a letter from her uncle, who she's literally never met, and he ends up inviting her over to his estate. But when she arrives, she finds out her uncle is dead. And the only people there are her cousin and like the servants. I think it sounds good. Up next, this is another book that kind of like Persuasion was just kind of like on sale on Amazon one of these days. And I keep hearing about it. So I think it was like $5. And I was like, I've been wanting to read this. I heard it's really good, so why the heck wouldn't I get it? And it is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. First off, I love how like floppy this book is. This is crazy because like, I don't know, I just feel like it's got some good flop to it. I heard this is like a really, really good book, so $5, you can't go wrong. And going along with books that I saw on Amazon on sale one day for like $5 that have been kind of like intriguing to me that I've been wanting to read but never really committed to buying them until they were on sale is Sharp Objects. You probably already saw this in my 2025 TBR video, but I keep hearing about this one as well, and I honestly feel like it sounds really good. Fresh from a brief stay at a psych hospital, Camille faces a troubling assignment. She must return to her tiny hometown to cover the murders of 2 preteen girls. She's staying back at her like childhood home with her neurotic hypochondriac mother, and she finds herself identifying with the young victims a bit too strongly. And I believe it's like a psychological thriller, so she's just trying to like uncover this puzzle while also trying to navigate like being home. I think it's just supposed to be like eerie and like just like a psychological type thriller. I could be completely wrong. Like I said, I haven't read any of these books, okay? So if I'm describing them poorly, I'm so sorry. Leave me alone. I promise when I read the books, I'll have a better description. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Up next, another book I got for Christmas is Blood of Hercules. I really, really wanted this book. It sounded so good. This is about our female main character who's actually Hercules. And it's a Titan-infested world, and it turns out she's actually a Spartan, and she has to attend the Spartan War Academy. And there's Achilles in here, and Patroclus. I think he's just Patro in here. I don't know if he actually goes by his full name, but... And then it says, I'm pretty sure someone's stalking me everywhere I go. Like, it just sounds so interesting, and... Bad bitch. I love anything that's Greek mythology related, so this was kind of like an automatic want for me. No matter how far from the Greek myths it is, like anything that even uses like the names, I'm like, I need it. So then we have Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book for Ninth House. I think it's called the Alex Stern like series, but Ninth House is the first book, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this one. I believe this was in my 2025 TBR as well. I believe it takes place like right after Ninth House, where they end up having to actually go to hell in this book to get a character, and like they have to steal a soul out of hell. Like, oh my god, I just feel like it's gonna be so good. I loved Ninth House. It took me a little bit to read because I did like a full annotation for it, and it was one of those books that took me a while to get into it because I wasn't like really understanding the whole like world and like setup and everything. But once I got it, I was hooked. I loved it, so I'm excited to continue that series. I got the Stolen Heir duology, so the Stolen Heir and the Prisoner's Throne. I actually don't know. I think you read these after The Cruel Prince because it's like a spin-off, I think, about Oak. Yeah, okay, Oak. I'm assuming Oak is older in this now because it's talking about him in that type of way. Oh yeah, 8 years have passed since the battle of the... Okay. I don't know, I just really love The Cruel Prince, so I wanted to continue once I finish The Queen of Nothing. I don't know, I thought it'd be fun to kind of continue the world, so... I got these on Book Outlet. I'm pretty sure this was like $8 for them both. So I was like, oh my god, why not? Moving on, I have already read this book, but my sister knows that I've been wanting a trophy for my shelf, so she got me this for Christmas. It is Nocticadia. If you haven't read Nocticadia and you like that like dark, gothic, fantasy, academia, romance, atmospheric type books, I think you'd like this one. It's, oh my god, it's so interesting, and I've talked about this book many times, but it's so good. Then we have Forged in Blood, which I already read, and Promised in Blood. I got this one because I knew I loved it, so again, I needed it on my shelf, and because I loved it so much, I wanted to get the second one, so here she is. I think these covers are so pretty. Like, I just love them so much, and I'm so excited to continue this book. I don't know, you get 3 hot vampire boyfriends and a hot vampire professor. Like, what more could you want in life, you know? But there's also like more to it than like that. It's like dark romance, but it's also like fantasy. Like there's a lot going on in these books in like the best possible way. Then we have A Dowry of Blood. I've been wanting to read this for so long, so this was another Christmas gift. This is one of those books where like, I don't know, I've been wanting to read it, but I just like never went out of my way to buy it for some reason. I don't know why, so I was really excited when I got it as a gift. I love like the edges on it where it's like, I don't know if you can see. I don't know, I kind of like edges like that where they're like not really even or something. I don't know, they're cool to me. But this is about Dracula's first bride, I think Constanta. I'm so sorry, oh my god. I can't say names. That's like the one thing, I just suck at saying people's names. Moving on, we have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This was another one that I got on Book Outlet that I saw and I was like, okay. Like, it was like $5, and I've only so far read My December Darling by her, and I really liked it. So I'm hoping I'm gonna like the rest of her books. I have Throttled and Collided, Haven't read them yet because I want to do a whole Formula 1 like type video, but I don't know, I feel like this series I've been hearing really good things about. It is like pretty much like 500 pages. Sometimes a romance book, I'm like, is it really that serious to be over 500 pages? But sometimes it is. So I guess we'll see if it is that serious or not. I promise we're almost done. We have 4 books left. I'm so sorry. Up next, we have God of War by Raina Ken. I love The Legacy of Gods. This is the only one I have not read yet. I've heard mixed things about this one, so I'm a little nervous. I think a lot of people said that it felt like rushed or something. I'm very easy to please, so I probably might not feel that way. But all I know is that I've been so intrigued by Ava and Eli for so long. I don't know when this book takes place because I do know all the other Legacy of God books are kind of like intertwined in the same timeline. I remember them being so like, they wanted nothing to do with each other in the books. They were always weird when the other person was around. Like, it was just always so weird and intriguing between them. And it says on here that we got married 2 years ago. So that's why I'm like, does this take place during all of that and that's why they're weird? Or does this take place in the future? I don't know. But I do know I don't really like care that much about Eli, but that's only because I've only really seen sprinkles of him. I do really like Ava, but don't get it twisted because I said, I don't know if anybody remembers that when I started God of Ruin, I said the same thing. I was like, I don't even care about Landon. Like, I don't really know much about him besides the fact that he's just insane. Like, I don't even like him. By the end of the book, I'm like, I would do anything for Landon King, and he is my favorite man in the series, and so don't know what that says about me, but long story short, I'm so excited about this one. And I think when I finish these, I'm going to read her like Royal Elite series and everything. I know I'm reading them backwards. I know I should have started, I think, with that one, I believe. But I just like started God of Malice one day and then I was like locked in. So it's fine as long as I put enough space between when I finish that and like the other ones. I think it'll be fine. I'm actually currently reading Blood of My Monster. Is that the right name? It's her Monster Trilogy series. Yeah, Blood of My Monster. I'm literally like 10% into it so far, but I like it. I just like her writing. I don't know. I like her characters. I like her writing. I feel like they're perfect for like the morally gray and like dark romance. Like, it just fits perfectly. So up next, we do have Filthy Rich Fay. In the spirit of full transparency, as I've been doing this entire video, I bought this book because I saw it on Amazon and I thought, number one, Fae. I love any book about Fae. You can literally throw the word Fae in there and I'm gonna read it. Number 2, Filthy Rich Fae. I was intrigued. Number 3, I don't know what to tell you. I truly am a sucker for like a pretty book. I need to stop. I genuinely need to stop, but I'm not going to anytime soon. And of course it's about like a bargain with a Fae prince because why wouldn't it be? I'm a sucker for either like some sort of bargain with a Fae prince or this human girl somehow falls in a fairy portal and the Fae prince keeps her as prisoner and then he falls in love with her. Like those two like pipelines, I'm just like, sign me up. Up next, continuing the vibe of I don't actually know what this book is about. I got Legends and Lattes. I don't know what this book is about. I keep seeing this book. I didn't really like the US cover at all. Like, okay, I don't have any issues with it. It just like never really like was calling out to me. So I was already doing a Waterstones order and I saw this on there and I was like, you know what? I keep hearing about this book. I think I'm gonna get it and give it a shot. I think it's about like some sort of monster romance thing. But I don't know what type of monster. Orc barbarian. I bought it because I keep hearing about it. That's all. And the last book, I think one of the ones I'm like the most excited about. I probably have said that about like 8 of these books already so far, but I'm very excited about this one. I've been wanting to read this one for so long, and I was gonna get the US version, but something about like the title and everything of this one just sounded so much cooler to me than Heartless Hunter. So it is the Crimson Moth or Heartless Hunter. I just think something about the Crimson Moth sounds so much cooler. And I thought the cover was so cool. I don't know. I just liked it so much more. I like Heartless Hunter and I like that cover, but I love this more. So this is the Waterstones order I was doing, and then I saw Legends and Lattes and I was like, whatever, let's just get it. So I've been so intrigued by this book for so long, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I think it's just because I was like trying to decide on getting Heartless Hunter or this one. I knew that I wanted like a physical copy of it, and I didn't want to read it on my Kindle until I like owned it. So I just kept putting it off. Now I finally have it. I think I'm going to add this to my 2025 cart because I definitely want to read this year. We have reached the end of this haul. I know I didn't provide you guys with much like value or information on these books, but I hope I at least provided you with some entertainment. If you have any of these books on your TBR this year, let me know. I'm very, very curious. I'm definitely excited. You'll definitely be seeing these books in future reading vlogs, so definitely subscribe. That way you don't miss out on me reading them. That is the end of this video, so I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up, and follow me on all of my other socials so you can stay up to date when I'm not here. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.